May is Military Appreciation Month, and as the month comes to an end, we wanted to highlight a local company helping senior veterans with their increased mobility and mental challenges. Seniors Helping Seniors hires active veterans to provide care for their less active counterparts. I spoke with local owners Scott and Candy Mikowitz.
Our mission is to provide non-medical in-home care to seniors in our community to keep them happy, healthy, and safe in their home as long as we can. And we do that by providing a more mature caregiver. We're Seniors Helping Seniors, so the majority of our caregivers are in their 50s and 60s. So it gives us an opportunity to put somebody in their home that can provide them with the personal care they need, but also to provide them with the much-needed companionship.
Candy, maybe you could describe the need for this service.
I was a CNA in my 20s, so I have a deep love for seniors, and it's just kind of something that's dear to our heart. But as much as I loved working with them in my 20s, it's different having a caregiver who is closer to your own age. You know, they connect a little more naturally with them. They're also able to really just kind of jump right in with the work, you know, like when someone who is taking care of their own household for 40 years sees a sink full of dishes, they're just going to get those dishes done, right? They just kind of know what to do. They see a need and they fill a need, and that goes a long way in helping with seniors who face a lot more mobility challenges, a lot more isolation, who just need help on all ends of the spectrum, right? For either because they're physically incapable of doing things, or just because they need that companionship, right? So it hits on all levels.
Scott, you are uniquely positioned to help care for seniors in this position. Kind of describe for us what this means to you and how that really changes how you help someone else.
So, you know, I am very service-oriented. I'm actually about to hit my 20-year mark in the Army. So, you know, I've been very service-oriented for a really long time. So has my wife, obviously, with her CNA work, and then, caring for our family. And for us to be able to jump in and care and provide care and support on both ends of the spectrum, because not only are we supporting the seniors out in the community that need the help, but we're also hiring, a kind of a less sought after group for employees. Like, we want 50s and 60-year-olds. We have 70-year-olds that are on staff that work as caregivers that are absolutely amazing people that just love and serve and they're just so fit for this position. We love it. So the opportunity to serve our community on both ends of the spectrum is just really, really special for us.
Describe maybe the unique needs of the seniors that you're providing service to. Maybe, Candy, you could do that.
Well, as we age, we all kind of decline a little bit, right? And at a certain point, their mobility starts to be affected greatly. They're not able to do simple things that we take for granted. Things like putting dishes away in cupboards that are above their head, or getting dressed. You know, like if you can't move your arm very well, then that can be tricky, or buttoning buttons. A lot of them are much less stable when they walk. And so they just need somebody nearby when they're walking around, or maybe getting in and out of the shower to make sure that they don't fall down. But in addition to that, their mental health is really greatly impacted by having someone around, and not just their mental health, but having a friend around, a companion, helps also with, studies have shown it helps also with physical health, that their blood pressure is improved, their cognitive abilities are greatly impacted. Our bodies change and our needs change along with it, and having somebody there can really, really help to keep you as independent as possible for as long as possible.
Scott, describe for us what you've heard from those who have been receiving this kind of care.
We get a ton of feedback from our clients. Most are just so grateful that they have somebody that's going to look out for them and provide them with amazing care. We as the owners, we meet with all of our clients face to face in their homes. And we honestly, we make them promises. We tell them that we're going to make sure that they're respected and heard and validate and just that they're in charge of their care. We want to provide them the care that they need. And we get feedback constantly that they just appreciate it so much. Even if something happens with a caregiver, we have not had to cancel a shift. Caregivers get sick, right? We get the traffic in Utah is terrible. People get in accidents and things happen like that. And if somebody calls us and says, hey, I can't make it to my shift in 2 hours, we will get that shift covered. We don't cancel shifts. So we take the care of our clients extremely, it's very personal. We lose sleep over the care of our clients, and we just make sure that their care comes number one when we're making decisions.
Let's talk about the caregivers for a minute. What difference does it make in the lives of these caregivers?
A huge difference. One of our taglines is so it's seniors helping seniors, a way to give and receive. And that's absolutely what describes why we're all here, Scott and myself included. It's nice to get a paycheck, right? But it's even more fulfilling when you can do something that really makes you feel like you're making a difference in people's lives. These caregivers grow to really, really love their clients. In fact, it's hard on them when they get sick. They really they love them so much, and it's such a fulfilling calling for them. We find out
all of the time that a caregiver has clocked out and stayed with a client longer, or we had a situation last year where the caregivers were with a client and they clocked out and then came back an hour later and picked them up and took them to a Halloween party. We want to build these relationships. When our caregiver gets to somebody's home and knocks on the door or rings the bell, we want our clients to feel excited that they have somebody that they enjoy in their home coming over to care for them.
Any final thoughts you'd like to leave us with?
We are just trying to do as much good in the community as possible. So the more people that we can connect with, the better, whether that's clients or, potential employees. So anybody who has any questions, we are an open book. We are always available for a phone call or a visit. They can visit us on our website. It's seniorshelpingseniors.com, and you can navigate to the Lehigh area or the Salt Lake or Utah County area, and reach out, and we'll talk to anybody. Family nowadays are looking for care for mom and dad. So we talk to a lot of kids. We talk to a lot of neighbors. We talk to a lot of concerned friends that are just looking out for people. And we want to provide that care as much as possible for as long as possible, and just take care of everybody in the community.